Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro was introduced in India with Android Nougat. Months later, Redmi Note 5 global version was introduced in the markets of China and Russia and Philippines with the Android version of Android 8.0. So it was running MIUI version 9.5.6 with Android Oreo, and after a few months it was an Android. I received an update of 9.2.13. I don't know if it was a software bug or some official misunderstanding, because why would they offer to downgrade us? Okay, so now today we are going to update it to 9.5.13 and see what's the change. If it Now we'll see if the performance has improved. Now you can see the Android version is now 8.1. That's still Oreo. And the first problem I encountered after the update was done was with the mobile data connection. I will show you now after a few minutes, and the revision update has been successfully completed. And we will see the battery and a new function in the battery department. No function extra. Battery time is now reset to 1 minute, so it is just over 90%, so it's got the new setup. And okay, now let's see if the app's opening quite smoothly or not. Okay, so this looks very fast, and now we will this works fine. So first problem I encountered after the update was done is that I had problem with connecting through mobile data connection, because I don't know what happened, because I had the connection on, all these settings were normal, but still I couldn't get connection. I couldn't get to browse on my device. So I tried many things, but we'll try a reboot, and we'll try a reboot and see if that's problem. Solve the problem. Okay, so reboot's done. Okay, now we'll see. Looks like the connection is back to normal. Yes, and it works. Connection is working. I would say the performance is pretty typical, pretty much the same with the 9.5.6, but the major improvement is fingerprint. Fingerprint looks faster than before, quite identical. You can't actually differentiate. And one of the major improvements I got here is the full screen display. It works quite well now. Okay, I had some issues with it, and gestures not working quite well, and sometimes occasionally needing to use my hardware buttons and power buttons, and I had to switch back to the capacitive on-screen controllers. But then after the update, I see it looks quite well, and it works quite smoothly. Apps opening, transition speed, everything's so fine. I mean, I often get afraid of getting new updates, because all of the new updates brings up some more or less issues, but so far so good. Apps opening, transition, everything's so fine. So of the features, is the dual app mode, but it gets to use the two apps at a time, but not all apps work. Okay, so only the supported ones, but most of them work. but some of the apps are not compatible in this mode, so you got to switch to full screen view. No issues at all, so fast. One of the departments that it promised in the update that it's brought quite a lot of improvement is in the camera section, so we will see what's new here. We see the typical camera functions, we portrait mode, video mode, but there's one major noticeable change in the portrait mode. Okay, so there was no camera switch button on the portrait mode earlier, but it's now available. So you can switch back to front and back camera with the portrait mode without having to change the camera options. So we'll come back to that with the camera samples, if that's improved or degraded the camera with a lot of camera samples and pictures with front facing camera and the rear camera. To me, the camera improvement is quite noticeable because of the image size. It's got bigger, maybe because of the color saturation. Now let's get to the battery department. This is always an interesting part. After the update, it's always, sometimes, most of the times the battery gets worse with the update, but I was quite impressed with this update. No issues at all in the battery department. Even I had to charge every 2 days because I would get at least 7 to 8 hours. And now let's see the photo samples and see for yourself if the image quality is improved. So that is all from here. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.